All right, everyone. My name is Pascal Borel, and I'm talking to you from the bottom of the Jura. I'm in an amazing forest today, which is being, and the space that I have set my yurt in is being lended to me by a member of our community and his wife, and I have to thank them so much. I have so many benevolent people which are asking me to set the yurt in different places, up in the mountains in Valais, in Saint-Léonard, in Nanda, in Col de la Forcla, and so forth. It's the benevolency of all those people is incredible. They know that I'm fighting for the interest of the larger number. I had to give back their strength to our democracies, our governance system, in the service of the sole sovereign, the people. And this is what I'm up to. Now, let's revert to a kind of comic, amusing situation. I'm going to tell you about a company called ZEWO. You spell it ZEWO. And this is a certification company based in Switzerland, as far as I know. And they certify along a certification mode like ISO 9001. They certify the GOs, i.e. the governmental organization. You still name them NGOs for most. But no, they receive like 80% of their turnover from governments. And when you make 80% of your turnover from the government, you are a GO, a governmental organization. By no means a non-governmental organization. So let's rectify the vocab being used here, so to speak. So this certification company, ZEWO, they certify 507 companies in Switzerland. There are 6 employees for a turnover of 1.2 million Swiss francs. And I gotta congratulate them, because certifying with 6 people 507 companies, where you normally should be recertifying them on a yearly or every other year, second year, because otherwise, certifying them on the way they spend money, i.e., do they respect their bylaws? Do they respect what they pretend to do, i.e. humanitarian, helping the poorest of us, helping people which are deprived of whatever food, their home, and so forth. I doubt that very well. They are there to basically make you believe, very much unlike what Elon Musk was explaining us, that all those GOs are actually respecting their mandate, what they pretend to do. And if you look at the interview of Elon Musk no later than 2 days ago, I've looked at it entirely. He's desperate. He's plugging off Doge, Department of Government Efficiency. And why is that? He believes in it. He's working with the smartest people you may get to perform his action and his mission. But the problem he's facing is that he's now in slight doubt that Trump and his cabinet will actually pay the price for dismantling all those GOs, in inverted comma, and really put them back at work in a new form. He's saying that maximum 10, maybe 15 or 20% of their turnover is being truly allocated to what they pretend to do, i.e. helping humankind. And he's desperate for that. He knows it's got to be done. They did it for USAID. They've done it for, to some extent, the health department, where something like 20 million people aged above 112 years old, 110 years old, were now erased from the regular payment that the department was allocating them on a monthly stroke yearly basis. So that is a very good point. But then you have to perform the same exercise with all those GOs. GOs, read my lips. They cannot be named any other way. Now, just coming back on ZEWO, Z-E-W-O, the certification company. The 6 people, 1.2 million turnover, and they certify 507 companies. Well, they have well, congratulations for that. But they have a huge market. Well, you know, there is, in Switzerland alone, more than 12,000 of those GOs, foundation, in fact, money laundering machines. Well, everyone knows that Switzerland washes whiter than white, don't you? Well, everyone. And they are certifying those most dishonest of them, dishonest, so that you don't really investigate, so that you don't ask for the full transparency which is owed to you. You don't ask for a third-party oversight principle on every transaction of those GOs, which is the least you should be asking. Because if those companies had to be totally transparent, they would think twice before spending the money for themselves only, which is what's happening at the moment. I'll just give you an example. Caritas, I've been speaking about it, well, sorry about that, but in French recently. Caritas and the Red Cross, Caritas Switzerland and the Red Cross Switzerland have allocated 400,000 Swiss francs, or deblocked 400,000 Swiss francs for the people victim of the landslide in Blatten. You must know that there's been a landslide with millions of cubic meters of rock, ice, basically burying an entire village in Switzerland. The people there have lost their homes, have lost all the memories that they had there, all the pictures, all their clothes, everything, including their cars, quite often. And the Red Cross and Caritas are both together allocating 500,000 for dozens and dozens of houses being buried. It doesn't even cover half the price of a single house. And you know what? They're asking for the people, you, the citizens, to contribute. And they want the money to go through them. But man, if you want to help those poor people that have lost everything, you should definitely send the money directly. Take your phone book, look at those people, the name, addresses, and so forth of those who have lost everything, and send them $200, £200, 200 euros, 200 Swiss francs, and you know that those people victim are going to get the 200. If you go through the Red Cross or through Caritas, you know that at the most, they will receive 20 francs, 10% of what you send. Maybe 20 because they'll do a special accounting or whatever. But 80% minimum of the money that you send through those humanitarian organizations is going to be used for their internal running costs, not to help the people victim of a disaster. And this is obscene. This is exactly what I'm fighting against. And let's face it, if all those organizations are kept alive in the current format, man, it's going to carry on for years and years. Those organizations, they need to die. They need to be buried. And in this case, death will be the greatest gift of life, because only death of those organizations will allow them to be reborn in the service of those who need them. not in the service of the financial interest of those who are running them today. Man, it is so disgraceful. It's obscene, actually. It's more than disgraceful. And ZEWO, ZEWO, is made, are helping those organizations to get a certification to wash whiter, to cover the way they spend money, when in fact the only thing that you require is a third-party oversight principle from Caritas, from the Red Cross, from all those NGOs which are pretending to help people. You pay for them, even if it's only indirectly through your government. But something that you pay for belongs to you. I paid for the camera which is filming me at the moment. I paid for the yurt which is just behind me, for the stove burning inside. It is mine. I've paid for it, and therefore I can look into it. I can use it the way I want. When you pay for a service through your government or directly to your government, it belongs to you. May I remind you that you pay for the government through your taxes, direct, indirect taxes, whatever you pay, taxes on energy mostly, and. They belong to you. You pay for the governance system which is meant to give you the infrastructure so that you can be the profit center creating value that they feed on. A governance system, a government, is a pure cost center. It never creates any product. It just gives you the infrastructure that allows you to produce value. And they take today 60–70% of the value being generated by the middle class, by you, by the citizen, by the people. A few mosquitoes here, sorry about that. So, man, it belongs to you. And you have to own it again. And the only way is to make sure that you have a third-party oversight principle on every single transaction, on every dollar being spent on your behalf. It belongs to you. So that every service that has in the domain, which has I would say, a social connotation, belongs to you, and it should be totally transparent. You should have access to all the accounts and the way, and I include in education, I include health, and of course, justice. You pay for the legal framework to a large extent. It belongs to you. So that every interview, every court case should be of public access within 4 days after the verdict, so that you can measure the efficiency and the good functioning of what you pay for. This is so obvious. And they now use, oh, those mosquitoes, terrible. And they now even use a ZEWO company to certify that the money is being well spent, which is just increasing the opacity, the omerta that those companies are operating in. And may I remind you, omerta, dissimulation, manipulation is great for the mafia, but not great for the legal framework, not great for justice, not great for education, not great for all of it. Now, would you believe that those 12,000 companies in Switzerland, for a country which is 8 million people at the most, we have 12,038 of those GOs, governmental organizations that you still call NGOs, we have foundations and whatever. This is crazy, and they total more than 140 billion Swiss franc, dollar, euro equivalent, whatever, 140 billion in assets. It's crazy. And may I remind you, this equals to 1/5 of Swiss GDP, which is not exactly the poorest country on earth. So all of this is absolutely obscene. And this is what I'm fighting for. As long as I have a breath in my lungs, I'll be along your side to denounce such behavior. And I'm organizing my next constitutional walk promenade. It's a constitutional promenade, and I mean it. From Sion-Vallis, the capital of Vallis, and we'll be there Friday the 6th, i.e. next Friday the 6th, 9 o'clock at the station. We'll be walking for 4 days. The first day we'll go from Sion to Martigny. Then the second day from Martigny to Saint-Maurice, or just after Saint-Maurice, we'll see. And the next day, the third day, we'll be walking towards Montet, Aigle, Bay, whatever. We'll see. It's going to be kind of spontaneous. We'll see with the weather, with the people we have, and so forth. And the fourth day, we'll go to Vevey, i.e. the place that we reached on the first constitutional promenade that took us from Geneva to Vevey. And the third constitutional promenade will be organized about 10 days later for 4 consecutive days again, in order to drain people from different locations, different cantons of Switzerland. And our ultimate goal will be to join Bern and require a rewriting of the constitution and legal framework in the service of the sole sovereign. Because once more, we have in Switzerland more than 13,000 pages of code of laws, whatever. Those 13,000 pages, i.e. 10 times the Bible, are not designed to service the citizens, the sovereign, the people. No, they are designed to allow everything in its opposite, mostly financial interest and the keeping of power, to those who hold it today. And we're going to change that. You can trust me 200%. I think that's all for today. May I thank you for your kind and benevolent attention. May peace be with you and all citizens of planet Earth. Peace out.